The cyberspace is home to billions of people and is the right platform you need to grow your business. The Center for Innovation and Technology is offering you a golden opportunity to speak directly to your market at an affordable price. We also offer media training workshops, live streaming, documentary production, and events management. Get in touch with us today on the following numbers: +263 867 711 0290 or 0718 100 235. Don't forget to subscribe to our social media platforms. Like our Facebook page, Center for Innovation and Technology. Follow us on Twitter @SiteZW. And you can also check out our website www.site.org.zw. You can also visit our offices at 45 Moffat Avenue, Hillside, Bulawayo. Take advantage of this opportunity to expand your business.
It's a good morning to you all. Welcome to Asake Online. My name is Zenzel David, and this is the Breakfast Club. Today in the program, we'll be talking to Godwin Phiri, who is the station manager at Skies Metro, and we'll be talking a lot of stuff about the music, about the station, but also about the upcoming Arts Awards, to find more on him about the preparations and how these Arts Awards have really developed the industry and how artists are benefiting from such initiatives. Mr. Phiri, good morning.
Good morning, Zenzele. Good morning. I'm used to saying listeners.
Good
morning, viewers.
So maybe to start with, it has been, Skies Metro has been in existence for almost 5 years now?
Well, we've been on air for just over 2.5 years.
Yeah. So how has been the reception basically for the radio station?
Well, it's been an exciting journey. I think to be fair to say, I think we came on air at the right time. I think the people of Bulawayo and Matebeni in general have been crying out for a radio station that speaks to their needs, that responds to the critical issues that face the region. In terms of music, in terms of arts, in terms of general political issues, social issues. So I think because we have spoken and responded to those critical issues, the reception has been very good. Quite exciting from the listeners, from advertisers, generally from musicians and so on. We certainly have been well received.
Yeah, you really seem to be having a huge task, because there is one station, so many people, so many expectations. Everyone wants their radio station, I mean their song played on the radio station. So how do you manage these expectations?
Well, I think one of the things is to be honest to ourselves and say, indeed, we carry the burden of a region. We carry the burden of a region, like I said, in terms of representation of issues, like you say, also in terms of music that needs to be played. But what we have done is we've tried to package our programming in such a way that we're able to cater for a broad range of issues, a broad range of interests. Even the shows, when you listen to them, we try as much as possible to have as many types of music that are played in the region, getting a fair amount of airplay. It would have been easier, of course, if the day was maybe 72 hours, but we only have 24 hours. And so we try to squeeze in as much as possible, but also ensuring that our listeners get the kind of value that they certainly need.
There's a difference between playing music and playing quality music. How do you then, because every artist can just record these days with technology, brings to you. How do you see? I mean, do you sit down with the artist and say, right, but quality? How do you control the issue?
Yes. Certainly, what we have done is when artists submit their music, we've got a committee that listens to all the music that comes in. I must say that it's a huge task with a lot of music that has come through. I think at the last count, we had in our system over 16,000 songs. And you also appreciate that you can only play so much. You can't play all the 16,000. So some will complain, my songs are not being played, and so on and so forth. But I hope people also understand that the pressure in terms of the amount of music that we have and the amount of time that we have to to actually play that music is quite limited. But what then we try to do as much as possible is to give feedback to our musicians. I think a lot of feedback has been around some of the music that comes through might not be well mastered. And we understand that it arises from the challenge that most of our artists are young, they are upcoming, they've never really had an opportunity to commercialize what they do. So in terms of their ability then to engage a producer, to engage somebody to do the mastering, that division of roles in terms of the production of the music, at times it's not really defined, so that eventually affects the quality of the music. So we do sit with the number of musicians, particularly songs that we think really have the potential to make it big. We'll sit down with the artists, give them feedback, make suggestions on where we think improvements can be done. But also, some of it is just simple and basic issues about decency. Some of our artists, they will want to throw in that swear word, and I understand a lot of our young musicians are influenced maybe by American music, where maybe space for songs that we call vulgar exists there because there's a huge underground network for music consumption and so on. But our listeners are more conservative. They are much stricter in terms of the kind of values that we then portray. So we also share that with our musicians. Please manage it and ensure that the quality that you give. We are a family station. We want a song to be played and umama, lo baba, lo khulu, lo gogo, lo mzukulu can all listen to the music without anybody feeling uncomfortable.
You talked about influence, and I always think, personally, that in music here too, it's too much influence in South Africa. Quite to South Africa, we now have quite to here. Le house we now have here. Do we have a sound that we can call Bulawayo sound? We had urban grooves and people saying, Harare. What is it that we have in Bulawayo that we can say, this is the sound, the Bulawayo for young people?
Maybe not for young people firstly, but I think one other challenge that we have is some of the music that is now viewed as South African music is actually Zimbabwean music. I've talked to a number of music historians. They will tell you that music like Omaskandi is actually Zimbabwean music. Imbube is Zimbabwean music. What they call is Skatamia is actually Zimbabwean music. But because it has been better packaged and marketed in South Africa, it now sounds like we are the ones imitating them. But I understand, certainly in terms of the more popular, the pop culture music, your hip hop, your kwaito, and so on, there is a heavy influence of South Africa. And so do we have a uniquely Bulawayo music? I think it's evolving. I think it's evolving. Certainly in terms of content of what our young musicians are saying, one thing that we've been saying to them, we need to speak more about Bulawayo. If you are singing for a Bulawayo audience, tell them about Makokoba. They understand it better. Don't tell them about bowling, driving a Cadillac and so on. I've never seen a Cadillac myself, and except on TV. So how relevant is that to my immediate needs? Talk about something that happened on 6th Avenue. Then your audience understands what you are referring to. So it's about moving content to be more relevant, to speak to the daily experiences of the listeners, of the audiences, and I think we're beginning to get that. I'll give you an example. Kelvin's latest album is got a song on Bulawayo. You find a lot of artists are talking about Bulawayo. With one Zim Dancehall artist, local Zim Dancehall, Chipman, he sings about Butwakwa Nchaya ngoba lipantsula, and he says ngangabi makokoba nziyabona ichere yami. So that is more relevant. So even when you sing that, your audience knows where Makokoba is. We can create an image in your mind of where this song is set, what is he singing about. So I think increasingly we are moving towards a Bulawayo sound, music that speaks to Bulawayo, that is understood by Bulawayo.
Yeah, then there's always this thing that you find that people always compare Bulawayo and Harare. And I think we have seen more professional artists from Harare maybe better sound from Harare, better marketed music, better success from Harare musicians compared to Bulawayo. What could be the trick behind it?
I think it's about access to audiences. And Harare artists have benefited over the years from so many radio stations that are based in Harare. It's easier, like I see our local artists here, it costs them $1 to come into town to submit their song. But for them to travel to Harare to submit their song, it will cost them at least $20 one way, probably accommodation and so on and so forth. So that interaction that is required between the radio station and the artist is greater for the artists in Harare. And so because of that, they've been able to build audiences more. And because they are building audiences more, they are getting that paycheck more regularly, and that paycheck is actually growing. And because the paycheck is growing, they are then able to also finance their music. They're able to finance better productions. They're able to hire better producers, to get better equipment, even to do the marketing better. Even their shows are now much, much bigger. So I think as a station, what we're also trying to do is to try to equalize that. We hope that with the other activities that we do, other than just broadcasting, we've got events like to the awards and so on. That also is an attempt for us to create audiences for our local artists, and hopefully, as we create these audiences grow bigger, our artists then are also able to get that paycheck, which then enables them to finance that whole production process, the marketing process, and so on.
Yeah, you've been there, like you said, 2.5 years almost. How has been could you say you've seen, quality improving, and are there any outstanding artists, would you say, in the last 2 years, we've seen, our artists really going up the ladder?
Yes, I think we've seen quite a number of our local artists. Of course, the Kelvins had already been established. But look, you talk about artists like OKG, you talk about artists like Mrs. K, you talk about artists like new artists Olushiki, you talk about, there's so much, our youngsters are coming up. And, what excites me the most is when people listen to these songs and they say, no, this song could not have been produced in Bulawayo. It is not possible. You say, no, but it's a local production. You even tell them the producer is so and so. And so and so. So I think it shows our arts is growing. I believe we are just waiting for something to shift somewhere. I always look at national music in Zimbabwe and I say, when you look at the impact that Chiteke had in 1992, it shifted everybody's view of local music. You now had these songs, Isungura, being played in parties, even in the low-density areas where ordinary people were playing American music. So then you had the rise of Otongai Moyo, Leonard Shakat, and so on and so forth. I think Bulawayo music is also looking for that single song, that moment of magic that will just finally shift everybody's focus, and we grow our brand.
So let's talk about the Skies Metro Awards.
Yes.
What was the idea behind these awards?
Yeah, like I said earlier on, one of our mandates is to grow Bulawayo music. You give Bulawayo music an opportunity, a chance to give our artists a chance, to give them an opportunity. And as a station, what we have done is we try as much as possible to have a situation where at least 75% of music that we play is Bulawayo music. And by Bulawayo music is diverse in terms of languages that are spoken, in terms of the genres of music that are played. And Bulawayo here, I'm looking at Bulawayo at the center of Matabeleland. So it's really the melting pot of so many cultures and so on. So what we have tried to do, like I say, is to bring all those artists into this melting pot and say, guys, this is the opportunity. But beyond that, we're also saying, let's recognize those that are excelling. So the awards are about celebrating those that are going that extra mile, that are putting in that extra effort to ensure that their music is professionally done, it is marketed well, it speaks to the local audiences, it's music that shows capacity to grow into the kinds of brands that we are looking forward to. But also, it's about challenging other artists to say, if others are doing it, you're in the same environment, you are accessing the same producers, why are you not producing music at the same level, right? But also too, we want to bring a situation where our three key stakeholders are able to come together and celebrate this new innovation that we have, that is Skies Metro FM. So we are bringing together our advertisers, our clients, we're bringing together our listeners, we're bringing together our musicians to say, let's celebrate this new experience that we have. So you realize that the awards are quite well supported in terms of the sponsors that we're getting. Businesses have come on board, and it's really exciting. So it's, like I'm saying, it's that melting pot of celebration of these many experiences that we collectively have.
The awards are going on this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Friday.
Yes.
How are the preparations?
Preparations were 98% done. What has not been done is what can only be done on the day. Otherwise, in terms of the leg work, in terms of the preparatory work, all is set. The venue is the large city hall, and we are very grateful to the Blair City Council that has continued to support us in this event, and indeed in the many other events that we have. So the hours are certainly on, and all I can say to the people of Blair is, come, let's have a party.
So what's the charge?
The charge is $15 for ordinary tickets and $30 for VIP. But like I said, we're also celebrating our sponsors. So our sponsors have come on board. There will be lots of giveaways. That ticket gives you one bottle of 700 milliliters of Royal Olive cooking oil.
So, whom awards will cooking oil?
Yes, when you take the utola le cooking oil.
So I think that's one reason why the people of Bulawayo should go to the awards, because
there is one queue that you must join. It's the Skies Metro.
A few days before Christmas, you are sure with at least we'll let 750. So $15 includes cooking oil.
It includes cooking oil, includes giveaways from some of our sponsors like Econet. Also engaging other sponsors to also come on board, and it's Christmas. Let's give things away. Let people enjoy themselves. But it's also that $50 comes with top-notch performances from some of our biggest artists in Bulawayo. So really, if you are not there on the 21st, angazi uthi uyabona.
So you are some artists that we can expect that will be performing here awards.
You Madlela Skobokobos, Omakwaza, Zinjazi Yamluma, or Kelvin will perform. There'll be, you expect up to 20 performances. We don't want this to be a speech day. We want this to be a celebration. So there'll be a lot of performances, So really people should come, enjoy themselves, wear their dancing shoes, and dance the night away. So
my ticket le $15 the Tori cooking oil. Tinesiku VIP liasninga ni fuel.
Zalpama ama 5 liters. Yeah, but look like we say, it's a time for us as a station to also give back. People have supported us under very difficult circumstances. People have stuck with us when we had challenges. People did not give up on us. So it's only fair that we also give back and celebrate the relationships that we've built over time.
How many categories are we looking at?
We are looking at 15 categories. That would then cut across the various genres from Chibliga, hip hop, urban fire to best female, best song of the year, outstanding music, outstanding contribution to music. It's all these awards, and these are strictly the kind of music that we play on our station.
There's always a controversy when it comes. I mean, it's not a controversy as such, but artists will always, there will be someone who will always say, I category me, I include what. How do you manage to have all these categories and make everyone feel like they're part of it?
I think what we must emphasize is that we are a learning organization, and every experience that we go through is a learning point. Last year we had a heated discussion with members of one genre where we thought they belonged to a particular genre, but they insisted that they belong to another. And we accommodated them. We created that award. And certainly if there are any in our music community that think that perhaps their genre is not well catered for, we're certainly open to discussions. But we try as much as possible to be inclusive, cater for all needs, for all interests. Of course, there will always be that voice that says, what about us? But we're saying to that voice, come, let's sit down and talk.
There's always been, I mean, lastly, as we get to a conclusion, people have always said, support, you know, shows. How was the attendance last year?
It was phenomenal. Angazi ukuthi abangahambiyo kuma shows abanye ba organizer njani. Thina our shows are well attended. If there's something we've never complained about is attendance. Umcimbi wabantu last year was oversubscribed. Umcimbi wabantu this year was oversubscribed. Our awards last year were oversubscribed. And from the look of things now, the inquiries that we're getting, people are itching. They want to buy tickets which are going on sale tomorrow. People are itching to buy those tickets. So we have never had a problem with attendance. I think my advice to those that are having challenges is be relevant to the people, and the people will support you.
That was Godwin Phiri, the station manager at Skies Metro, talking about the station, but also the music awards that will be happening Friday. I think this is really cooking oil, like C2. So a ticket $15 gives you, you know, a cooking oil, the music, and VIP. So I like the partnership between, you know, the business, the music, the industry, the station, and the people, because this is the only way we can develop Ulawa. And I hope musicians will also, even those who have not been nominated, will actually take this opportunity to learn, to see how others are doing, and maybe probably ask yourself, if Ubani has been nominated, how come I've not been nominated? So during this week, we'll be bringing you some of the people who have been nominated, and we'll review the awards, and on the day we'll be there, of course, to see what's happening and see who wins and who doesn't win. So till we meet again tomorrow, have a good day, but don't forget the Skies Metro Music Awards on Friday, like City Hall. $15, we have super toilet cooking oil. Have a good day.